Don't dick ride something 3 steps ahead, 4 steps ahead, 10 steps ahead. Take on one problem at a time. You must focus on solving the main problem first. Look like I'm jerking off some. You must focus on the main problem first. Okay, let me give you an example. Let's say you play sports, okay? And you want to start going to the gym, building up some muscle. But you're like, okay, well, if I build up so much muscle to the point where it slows down my speed, I'm not going to be as fast. That could be like football, soccer, baseball, basketball. Speed is important. But when you get too big, it slows you down. So you're like, I don't know if I should start going to the gym because I don't want to risk losing my speed. But what you don't understand is that it takes at least 2 years to get so big to where you start to slow down. Now you are looking 20 steps ahead of your entire gym journey, of your entire physique building journey. You cannot look and dick ride and refuse to start the journey based on a problem you'll face in 2 fucking years. You can't let something 20 steps ahead stop you from starting your gym journey. Now, if you take that same scenario, but you focus on the main problem first, and you prioritize only one problem at a time, you're gonna ask, I'm super fucking small right now. I'm kind of skinny. The bigger guys on the field can push me and I can't push them, and they're gonna fuck me up, right? Physically, I could be faster, but I'm small. That's your problem. And you fix that by going to the gym, by eating more. You can't argue against that using something 20 steps ahead. Let's say you want to start making money online, and then you research about drop shipping. You go down that rabbit hole and people are talking about sales tax, income tax. You need to track down how much money you make so that you know how much tax you need to collect or you need to pay by the end of the year, when they haven't even made any fucking money. You make the money first because that's the number one problem. Then you could face the taxes and the bullshit in the Fed 30 steps later. When you study on shit that is multiple steps ahead of what the main problem is, you are leaving less energy and less time to focus on that main problem, which in this scenario is making some fucking money. So when you put time into figuring out the tax laws and the legal shit and the bullshit right now, before you made a significant amount of money, you are leaving less time to focus on the main problem. You are purposely going to make less money simply because you put more energy and time into figuring out something 20, 30, 50 steps ahead. Let's say you want to start up a YouTube channel or like a Instagram, TikTok account, like a personal brand type of thing, and you don't have the top tier equipment, and you're worried that people aren't going to enjoy what you put out because your camera quality fucking sucks, your mic quality fucking sucks. But the thing is, that's not your main problem, because the quality of your equipment doesn't matter if no one's going to watch your fucking videos. That's the main problem. Nobody is going to watch your fucking videos. So you have to start posting. Don't be all caught up in something multiple steps ahead. Focus on the number one problem first, and only focus on that number one problem, which in this case is getting motherfuckers to watch your videos. And you solve that by just making videos. Another example is that maybe you're interested in trying to learn some martial arts or some self-defense because you don't really know how to throw a punch. You haven't taken a punch yet. You want to get into that self-defense martial arts type of thing, and you're worried about what studio you should join. You're worried about what martial arts should I do, boxing, Brazilian jiu-jitsu. It doesn't matter. What if I told you it doesn't matter? That's not the main problem. The main problem isn't finding out what you want to start. The main problem is you not starting. It doesn't matter it doesn't matter if you choose boxing, if you choose fucking taekwondo, Muay Thai. It doesn't matter what equipment you buy. What matters is you aren't fucking starting. You need to start first, then deal with the problems multiple steps ahead later. Because focusing on what club you want to join, what equipment you want to buy, focusing on things that are multiple steps ahead of your main problem will leave you to potentially not starting at all. And that's why it's so important to focus on the main problem first, and only the main problem first. Now, all right, let me give you another example. Let's say you've been watching these self-improvement YouTube videos and you hear everyone talking about how you should read and how reading is important and that's the number one thing that made them successful, all that bullshit. And you want to start reading. And the main problem you have is that you aren't reading. So does it matter what book you pick up? Another example of this is that maybe you want to start going to the gym. Hear everyone talking about how going to the gym changed their life and now they get a lot of girls and you want to start getting onto that type of shit. Okay, well, what gym do I join? Okay, not even that, but what program do I follow? Is it push-pull legs, bro split, Arnold split? It doesn't matter because that's not your main problem. Your main problem is you aren't going to the fucking gym. And you could figure out the program and the nutrition routine and the diet later. When you first solve your number one problem, you aren't going to the gym. So go to whatever gym is the closest, do whatever program you want to do, and when you eat, make sure you're eating healthy. You could figure out the nutrition plan and the workout program later. Once you solve your number one problem, once you get past that first step, which is you aren't going to the fucking gym. So start going to the gym. It doesn't matter what gym, it doesn't matter what program, it doesn't matter what you eat. As long as you're eating clean, as long as you're staying consistent, that's good. And you solved your main problem. The problem's multiple steps ahead, like the nutrition plan, like the workout routine, like the people you go to the gym with, like whatever gym you go to. You could solve those problems later. If you focus on the bullshit later, the thing's multiple steps ahead, it leaves you with a possibility of you never starting in the first place. Or at least it takes time away from you never starting in the first place. You could have started earlier if you didn't dick ride the shit multiple steps ahead. So you have to focus on one problem at a time, and that problem is the number one problem, which is you aren't going to the gym. So start going to the gym. All right, another one. Okay, another one. Let's say you've been on social media and you hear people talking about how they're making a ton of fucking money with online business, with whether that be drop shipping or day trading or fucking affiliate marketing, Amazon, FBA, private label, all that bullshit. And you want to make some money on the side. You want to start up a side hustle because everyone's on it, right? Okay, what problem are you trying to solve when you start up the side hustle? And it's pretty obvious. You aren't making any fucking money on the side. You aren't making any extra money on top of your job. You don't have supplemental income is what they call it. Okay, now that we have your main problem, you have to fix that first. Does it matter? Does it matter what you start first? No, because that's a problem you'll face multiple steps ahead. The main problem, the number one problem that you prioritize and that you fix first before anything else is making money online, making money from a side hustle. I could give y'all 100 more examples off of the top of my head right now. Now, I'm assuming you already know what I'm talking about. I'm assuming you already know like the formula about this principle or whatever the fuck they call it. You focus on one thing at a time, and that one thing is the number one thing, and you don't dick ride something multiple steps ahead because you know you will face that problem later on. You will solve that problem later on. Now, the number one thing you must do right now is figure out what you want to solve, what problem you want to solve, and only focus on that one problem. And that one problem is obviously going to be the most important. That's basically the root to everything, boys. That's basically the root to it all. Yeah, that's a wrap. I'll catch y'all boys later.